New developments today in the investigation into a threat on the Eastern Kentucky University campus. We're tracking the situation.
A former U of L recruit is talking about allegations made against the University of Louisville basketball team in a new book.
We'll show you the new program that aims to get help to those who have overdosed on heroin faster.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon to you. Part of Interstate 64 remains closed this afternoon because of a deadly crash.
It's happening in the eastbound lanes near mile marker 111 in Montgomery County. Traffic is backed up for several miles. WKYT's Monique Blair is live at the scene tracking the breaking details. Monique?
Well, Amber and Jennifer, I have new information right now. Montgomery County Sheriff Fred Shortridge tells me a woman was pronounced dead here at the scene of this accident, and another woman was flown to UK Hospital. Now, Sheriff Shortridge tells me the woman who died was driving a blue four-door Toyota Matrix with a female passenger inside. The female driver somehow lost control of her car, went off the side of the highway, struck the pavement, and crashed into the back of a semi-truck that was parked here on the side of I-64 East. That woman driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Her passenger was flown from the scene to UK Hospital, and her injuries are not yet known. Now, the driver of the semi-truck was not hurt. Now, I-64 eastbound was shut down for more than an hour out here, and all traffic was diverted off at exit 110. But since one lane of traffic has since opened, and Sheriff Shortridge tells me this highway should be fully open really any moment now as soon as they get everything cleared up here. But you should still use caution because one of my photographers just called me and told me traffic is backed up for about 6 miles. I'm reporting live in Montgomery County. Monique Blair, WKYT.
Police now say they have persons of interest in a threat found on the Eastern Kentucky University campus.
That threat led officials to cancel classes and move tonight's home football game to Georgetown College. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is live in Georgetown with the very latest on the investigation in our top story at 5. Garrett?
Yeah, police say they're still getting tips about that threat, and as you mentioned, they are interviewing those, quote, persons of interest. Meanwhile, here at Georgetown College, folks are getting ready for EKU's football game against Tennessee Tech here at Toyota Stadium. It's a home game away from home, but EKU fans say it's important to stand together and support each other after everything that's happened recently. EKU President Michael Benson spoke to us this afternoon on campus. He says he hopes to see a big crowd at the game tonight.
You know, sports often serve at times as a rallying point where you can get a community together and pull for your team. And as you know, our team and our staff have been through a tremendous amount in the past 10 days.
We're told that several agencies, including Georgetown Police and the Scott County Sheriff's Office, are providing extra security at the game tonight, and officials ask that you come early to give yourself time to get through some of those extra measures if you do plan on coming here tonight. Live in Georgetown, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Garrett, thank you. No arrests have been made in connection with the threat. Police say they'll continue extra patrols on EKU's campus while students are gone for fall break. Our streak of beautiful weather is about to come to an end just briefly.
That's right. Rain is getting ready to move in. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey shows us the changes coming our way. Chris?
Yeah, those changes are on the move from the northwest to the southeast as we go through roughly the next 24 hours, courtesy of a cold front that we've talked about since early in the week getting into town. It's a fast mover, so we've got that going for us. This cold front will arrive on Friday. Not a whole lot of juice out ahead of that so far, but you are noticing, if you've been outside today, a little increase in some cloud cover. And into parts of Tennessee, we've actually spotted a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms going up. Nothing like that across central and eastern Kentucky. Fair amount of clouds. Farther north that we go, we have more in the way of overcast compared to our friends across southeastern Kentucky. Out and about this evening, it is still a very nice one. We go from the mid-70s pre-sunset to the mid-60s post-sunset as clouds continue to increase. When I come back in a few minutes, we'll talk about how the showers that come in to town get on out of town fairly quickly, and then a little chill is in the air for that weekend. It looks good, though. Wait until you see the new numbers I have in the hour-by-hour forecast here in less than 10 minutes.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you, Chris. New information today in the scandal involving the University of Louisville men's basketball program.
A former recruit is talking about allegations paid escorts were made available during visits. WKYT's Rob Romley's here now with more on what the recruit said. Rob?
Well, WDRB in Louisville is now reporting that a former Louisville player has given a version of events to investigators that strippers were used in a player's dorm on at least one occasion. That's the latest. Earlier in the day, a former U of L recruit confirming the basics of what broke last Friday afternoon. CBS Sports reported this morning that Jaquan Lyle met with the NCAA this week, and he admitted the gist of what came out in the book, Breaking Cardinal Rules, Basketball and the Escort Queen. Lyle was recruited by U of L in 2013. He eventually landed at Ohio State. He's a freshman there now. The scandal has rocked students on the Louisville campus. All right, Louisville President Dr. James Ramsey put out a statement today urging patience in the investigation. The Ramsey statement was supportive of Athletics Director Tom Jurich, but made no mention of U of L coach Rick Pitino.
Rob, thank you. Jurich and Pitino have so far not responded to today's developments.
There's a new tool in the fight against heroin use. Kentucky pharmacists can now fill orders for naloxone without a prescription. The drug can save a person's life in case of an overdose. And now UK is traveling the state, helping to train pharmacists on how to use it. As WKYT's Victor Puente shows us, the change will get help to overdose victims faster.
This program would put a medication that can save lives into the hands of the people who need it most. According to the University of Kentucky, more than 1,000 Kentuckians died of overdoses last year.
Whether it be from pain pills that are misused or from the growing scourge of the heroin epidemic, it's really affecting dramatically our communities and our families.
The new plan centers around the medication naloxone, also known as Narcan. It's used for the treatment of suspected drug overdoses. Recent legislation allows pharmacists to fill naloxone orders without a physician's prescription. Today, the University of Kentucky announced an outreach initiative that would train pharmacists across the state in the use of naloxone. They've started a tour to train pharmacists with the hopes they could get the medication into homes and clinics across the state.
You would want to have this in the house and that the family knows where it is and how to use it, just as you would for EpiPen. The general concepts are no different.
That statewide tour began Tuesday in Erlanger. The next stop is scheduled for the 29th of this month here in Lexington. And there are 3 more stops scheduled after that one. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The coalition in charge of this says so far about 300 Kentucky pharmacists have been trained in the new guidelines and protocols. They hope to have that number up to 500 by the end of the training tour. The governor of South Carolina is urging people who live along the coast to evacuate as stormwater flows down already swollen rivers.
Back in the hardest hit city of Columbia, residents face heartbreaking homecomings. But as Weijia Jiang shows us, the kindness of strangers is making it easier.
The water was up to here.
Jim Cheatham barely got out of his house on Saturday night.
If I had not come down, I would have been trapped.
On Thursday morning, he went back for the first time and was overwhelmed at the cleanup ahead. Then, as if on cue,
I've got 15 guys here. We can empty this place out in 30 minutes.
A group of volunteers, enough for a football team, showed up to help. They have already cleared out more than 100 flood-ravaged homes.
These are strangers to you.
Yeah, I have no idea what this guy's name is. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, because they got to get help.
Cheatham's family has lived here for 6 decades. They've seen the nearby creek rise many times, but it never caused standing water like this, so they never bought flood insurance.
Zero money for the house or contents.
Zero.
Zero. So that's a hit.
And residents in coastal towns could take another hit. Water flowing downstream is expected to barrel through towns over the next few days and stay for nearly 2 weeks. Still, many residents are refusing to evacuate.
We have thousands of people that won't move, and we've got to get them to move.
Cheatham is grateful he moved in time.
I didn't realize until this morning that I could have drowned.
Now he's trying to start over. with the help of strangers. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Columbia, South Carolina.
State officials are monitoring 70 dams. 14 have already failed. The leading Republican to replace House Speaker John Boehner withdrew his candidacy today. Congressman Kevin McCarthy stunned his party by taking himself out of the race. Florida's Daniel Webster and Utah's Jason Chaffetz remain in the race, but there's no clear frontrunner. Colleagues say they'll be keeping a close eye on McCarthy's endorsement.
I believe he's going to be the most influential voice as to who we can get to 218.
McCarthy is expected to remain House Majority Leader.
A man called a hero for stopping a terror attack ends up the victim of a stabbing. We'll show you what happened.
Fall can bring on sneezing and the sniffles. We'll show you how to deal with allergies in Better Living.
And a man who says he killed his wife to end her pain learns his sentence. We'll have reaction from both families on WKYT News at 5:30.